Another important topic for many voters is abortion. Ms. Tong Williams, to you first on this one. You've said that decisions on abortion should be left up to the states. But as a candidate with libertarian roots, why should any government, including at the state level, be able to decide whether and when a woman can have an abortion?
I do believe it is state issue. I have said that repeatedly, and my opponent lies about me. I will not vote at the federal level to ban abortion. Actually, I did say before, I'm very sympathetic towards both lives are involved on this issue. It is not about healthcare choice. You know why? Because there are two lives. If a baby can exist outside the mother's body, why do you want to act like a communist China to kill that baby? Are we the country who value human life and who value a woman also who needs help, who want to choose but needs help? You know, I think it's a state issue. I respect our state decision through the largest representative government in our country. And then right now we have legal abortion, safe abortion up to 6 months. And that's the people decided through their representatives. And Maggie does not believe people in New Hampshire have a right to decide that. But her top issue is protect democracy. Is it DC democracy or New Hampshire granted status democracy?
30 seconds, Ms. Goodlander.
Look, my view on this is completely at odds with my opponent. I think that the Supreme Court's decision 2 years ago, reversing Roe v. Wade, ripped away a fundamental right that is so core to gender equality in this country. And my view is that women can be trusted and must be trusted to make their own health care decisions, that there is no place for a politician or a judge when a woman is trying to make some of the most difficult healthcare decisions that she could make. And the reason I believe this is we are seeing the consequences of the Supreme Court's decision every single day. We are seeing this has literally become a matter of life and death for women who are unable to get the healthcare they need because their doctors are fearful of being prosecuted.
There's a question now to you on abortion from Ariel Metropolis.
Sure. Ms. Goodlander, you've said that the government should have no role in reproductive decisions. But does that mean that selective abortions should be allowed in the third trimester and that there should be absolutely no recognition of when a fetus might be viable?
Ariel, I know from my own experience, both my professional experience working at the Department of Justice and serving as a law clerk on the United States Supreme Court to Justice Stephen Breyer, who wrote the dissenting opinion in the Dobbs decision, dissenting when Roe v. Wade was overturned. I know from this experience that these lines are lines that are very hard to draw. They are lines that have been drawn in ways that have led to people losing their lives. I know from my own personal experience that when you're trying to navigate these kinds of healthcare decisions, last year I was 20 weeks pregnant and we lost our son. I struggled to access the health care I needed, in part because of the backlog that we're seeing across this country as a direct result of the Supreme Court's decision in Dobbs. I ultimately got access to that care, but it was delayed, and I was forced to manage a stillbirth on my own. I was lucky because I got the health care I needed. Women every single day in this country are denied that care and is leading to deaths. This is not the America that we should be living in, and the fight to restore reproductive freedom and to make sure that we are all protected in our rights to have control of our own bodies is a fight that begins in Congress.